What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. Alright guys, so in this video right here, I want to sit down and explore the origin of Bane. But guys, I am going to use the book called Vengeance of Bane, issue number 1. Now, I'm not going to use issue number 2, issue number 3 of Vengeance of Bane. I am only going to use the first book. Because guys, this first book is very special. What I mean is that if you sat down and read DC Rebirth Batman, which by the way is written by Tom King, but in one of two stories, I want to say it was I Am Suicide or I Am Bane, Tom King basically re-explored the origin of Bane in those stories right there. And a lot of things he used in that story came from this book right here, Vengeance of Bane. And so I want to backtrack to the actual origin of Bane, one of the best supervillains of Batman to me and a lot of people. Now, like I said, I am only going to cover the first issue of Vengeance of Bane, not part 2, not part 3, just part 1. Like I said, part 1 is very special. Tom King used this book to write his story, I Am Bane. But also guys, this is the prelude to Batman Nightfall. Now, will I cover Batman Nightfall? I don't know yet. I just read volume 1. Now, I could cover it, but I'll see in the near future. But anyways, let's go ahead and dive into Vengeance of Bane, issue number 1. Here we go, guys. Now guys, when it comes to the Vengeance of Bane, issue number 1, you would think that we will start off in Gotham, because this is a Batman story, a supervillain for Batman. But the thing is guys, we don't start off in Gotham, no. Matter of fact, we jump back about 20 or more years in the past and we pick up in Cuba. Now, you do have this character named Zombie tell us the complete life story of Bane from birth all the way up to the point where Bane leaves to go fight Batman in Gotham. Now, you do have Zombie tell us this right here. About 20 years ago in the past, Cuba was being ruled over by an evil governor, and the people of Cuba try to fight back against this evil governor and get back the land they loved. The thing is, the people failed, and so two things happened to those people. One, they were killed off. Two, the ones who survived the battle against this evil governor were sent to prison. And guys, this is where we pick up with the mother of Bane, because she's in prison, pregnant with Bane. Now guys, this part right here is so messed up. Because guys, since the father of Bane fought in that battle against the evil governor and he was killed off, he was not able to basically serve out his sentence in prison. And so with the father of Bane being killed off, you had the governor and the warden of this prison tell the mother of Bane, saying, listen, your son will serve out his father's sentence here in prison. The day one, his first day being alive, born in this world, will begin his sentence, but he'll never leave this prison at all, because your boyfriend, his father, had a life sentence here in this prison. And so for 6 years, the first 6 years of Bane's life was just Bane and his mother living in this prison. Now, after those 6 years, Bane's mother got ill and she died. And so with her dying, that left Bane alone in this prison by himself. And of course, the first night, his first night being alone in this prison, You have this random man out of nowhere trying to get to Bane. He's kind of like, okay, so your mom is gone and you're now in here with the big boys by yourself. I'm going to get you. You are going to work for me. I'm going to make sure I have you on my side. Now, of course, the next day, that man tries to go after Bane to get Bane to join his side at a young age. Now, this is where we see another important character in Bane's life. Tyrogue, I cannot pronounce his name, but he does come out of nowhere to protect Bane. He's kind of like, yo man, leave this kid alone. He's a young boy. Why in the world are you trying to get a young boy on your side? He's barely like 7 years old. No man, back off. And so Tyrogue fights against this man to protect Bane. The thing is though, with them fighting, Bane gets knocked off the edge of the 3rd floor and falls down to the 1st floor and busts his head open. Now guys, this is where things get kind of weird, because Bane has this dream where he talks to his future self about being a better man in the future, that he has to go through things to become a better man. But he also has a life mission to kill the Bat. Now, at this age, Bane has no clue what in the world his older self is talking about killing the Bat. But this older version of Bane talking to young Bane in this dream is saying, listen, you're going to have a hard life, but you'll get through it. But your one goal after getting through those hard points is to kill the Bat, and you will do that. And guys, that is the dream Bane has after being knocked out. Now guys, after Bane wakes up from his dream, the same dream he was talking to his future self, we come to find out that Bane has been in a coma for 31 days. So even though the dream I was just talking about only lasted about 2 to 3 pages, Bane has been in a coma for 31 days. But as soon as he woke up from this coma, the warden of the prison said, throw that young man back into his prison cell. I don't care about him at all, because he is here to serve out his father's sentence. And so throw him back into his cell. And so the first night Bane gets back into his cell, he sneaks over to the same man who was bothering him earlier, and he kills that man off. And so the next day, when the guards wake up to look at every single prisoner, they get to Bane and they see him covered in blood. They look at the guy next to Bane on the ground dead, and they're kind of like, yo, this boy is crazy. Like, he's only like 7 years old and he just killed a man. Like, what in the world is wrong with him? And so the warden of the prison say, throw him in the special cell. Now guys, if you read I Am Bane, the same story that Tom King wrote, and if you read that book right there, where he explored the origin of Bane, and we saw that Bane was kept in a prison cell that flooded every single night, he got that part right there from this book right here. Because guys, we are seeing Bane at a young age thrown into a prison that floods every night. That cell he's in floods every night. For the next 10 years, Bane had to survive in that prison cell that flooded every single night. Now, after 10 years had passed, the warden thought Bane died in that cell. But of course, when the warden opened up that cell, he found Bane alive. He's kind of like, crap, I can't kill this man off. Like, this dude still survived after being in a prison cell. A cell that floods And he was in there for 10 years and he survived. And so the warden say, fine, you know what? Just throw him back in his old cell. Matter of fact, he has a new cellmate. And guys, this is where we get introduced to Bird, the third person who become a close friend of Bane. Now, guys, this is where Bane basically finds out about Batman, because it has been years on years on years now, and Gotham has Batman now. And so you have Bird tell Bane, yeah, man, like, I'm from Gotham. Like, someone basically screwed me over and now I'm stuck here in this prison. And Bane asks him more about Gotham. And you have Bird tell Bane, yeah, Gotham is being protected by this man named the Batman. And so with Bane hearing that, the Batman, Bane thinks back to his dream he had years and years ago when he was a young boy and talking to his future self. And his future self said, you have to kill the Bat to complete your life goals, to be complete. And so with Bane hearing Bird talking about the Bat, Bane's all like, okay, so I need to go to Gotham and kill off this Batman, because my future self told me to be complete, I need to kill the Bat. And so over the next few years, we watch Bane become close with his friends, Zombie, the person telling us the story, Bird, his cellmate, and Tyrogue, the same man who saved his life years and years ago from that man who was trying to get to Bane. These three people became close friends to Bane. Now guys, after a couple years have passed, with Bane making friends with Bird, Zombie, and Tyrogue, reading books about the outside world, the world he has never seen, the prison got a new wing, a medical wing as they call it. But in this medical wing, there are doctors running experiments on people using a new drug called Venom. And guys, this is where we get introduced to Venom. This is where Bane gets introduced to Venom. Because in this story right here, the doctors are using different prisoners as lab rats to see what happens with them when they use Venom. The thing is, each person keeps dying. And so you have one of the doctors ask the warden of the prison, and he's like, listen, man, do you have somebody in here who will not die from our experiment when we use the drug? And the warden says, yes, I do know somebody. And the warden brings the doctors Bane. And of course, Bane gets strapped down to a table. They inject the venom into his body and he survives. And Zombie's kind of like, okay, so that's not good, because now Bane's body needs the venom to survive. And so what Zombie starts to do is to learn how to make the drug. If him and Bane and Bird and Tyrogue ever breaks out of this prison, Bane's body still needs the venom drug. And so Zombie sits down to learn how to make that drug, just in case him and his friends break out of the prison. And of course, the next day, that happens. Bane basically tricked the doctors to believe that he died from the experiment. And so they threw Bane's body out of the island, out of the prison, into the ocean, saying, he's dead. Here you go, sharks, free food. The thing is though, Bane did not die. Bane survived. And so Bane, as a one-man army, which does not make sense, but as a one-man army, broke back into that prison, got his friend Zombie, got his friend Tyrogue and Bird, and say, we are leaving. We are going to Gotham to kill the Bat. And so Bane and his friends got a chopper and flew all the way to Gotham. Now guys, after Bane arrived in Gotham, he does lay low for a couple weeks. Him and his friends stay somewhere where they can be found, where they can sit there and learn more about Gotham, what Gotham is like. But after a couple weeks, Bane makes his first move. He says, listen, it's time for Gotham to know that we are here. And so Bane goes after Jimmy No-Nose, the man that screwed over Bird, that got Bane's friend Bird thrown into prison. And so Bane walks up to Jimmy No-Nose and says, listen, I'm going to kill you for two reasons. The first reason is because you screwed over my friend Bird. But the second reason why I'm going to kill you is to leave a message for the GCPD and Batman, so they know that there is a new player in Gotham. And so Bane kills Jimmy No-Nose and all his men. And so when the GCPD and Batman arrive, all they see is a bloody mess. A bloody mess left by Bane. Now, you do have Bane look over Batman. He's watching Batman do what Batman does, being a detective, looking over the crime scene. But you have Bane tell his friends, listen, we are not going to attack Batman just yet. No. Right now, we are going to study him, learn more about him, and then when we learn enough about him, that is when we're going to attack him. And so Bane lets Batman do what Batman does, be a detective. Now, Batman believes that a rival gang killed Jimmy No-Nose. And so Batman goes to the rival gang to fight against them, to figure out why in the world did they kill Jimmy No-Nose. The thing is, while Batman is fighting against this rival gang, he learns that they did not kill Jimmy No-Nose. So it's kind of like, well, crap. But guys, after a few more fighting moments, when Batman is trying to save somebody's life, there is a man about to shoot Batman in the back in the head. But Bane stops that man from killing Batman. And Bane tells Batman, listen, I didn't save your life because I want to help you. No. I saved your life because I want to be the person who kills you. I will be the person who will defeat you. I will not let some pure punk with a gun kill off my target. No. When the time is right, Batman, I will break you. I will defeat you. But for right now, you will live. And so Bane throws a flashbang and gets away from Batman. And guys, this is the end of the story of Vengeance of Bane, issue number 1. Like I said, guys, this is the prelude to Nightfall. Will I cover Nightfall? I honestly do not know, but I might do it in the near future. But anyways, guys, please leave me a like down below. Also subscribe for more comic book videos in the near future. But anyways, guys, I'm out of here, and I will see you guys on the next comic book video.